Hi guys. I know I was late. You will have to excuse it. I have legitimately fucked up my spine. So I was going to the chiropractor. I have twisted a vertebrae in my lower back. So, I was getting that corrected. Don't care. Yeah, I know. My laptop takes a bit of time to boot up, so that may have taken some minutes off it. But hey, I'm here. A little bit late, but I'm here. You know. I'm gonna be doing the longest fucking trial in Ace Attorney. Still don't care. Appreciate it, mate. Right. Okay. Rise from the ashes. Okay. We are on the 4th of November. Oh god. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. I haven't played Ace Attorney since August. Shit. Let's go do the biggest case in history. Yeah, I did lose spine privileges, actually. I went to go see the chiropractor that my mum and dad always use. So he was like, yeah, you've messed up a vertebrae in your lower back. So, you know, that's great to know. Because, I've been suffering from a lot of nausea and stuff recently. And my acid reflux keeps acting up. And I thought it was simply digestion issues. Like I've been eating, and I've been eating a fair bit. And I think I've been eating fairly healthy. But at the same time, my stomach and shit was not happy with me. And neither was my lower back. So, went to the chiropractor, and he did some, like, trial and error stuff with me, some quick tests to determine, you know, where do we need to adjust, what have you screwed up, you know, the usual stuff. And, essentially, I have a lot of pain in my lower right back. And I was like, oh yeah, it's down there, you know, I do have acid reflux and all that jazz, but you know, it's probably just my digestion screwed. Oh no, you got a twisted vertebrae in your lower back, and that could definitely be the cause of a lot of your issues. And I kind of just sat there like, oh, okay. So I fucked up my spine that badly, huh? Cool. Yeah, so I fucked up my spine, and it's been causing me digestion issues. So that's what that is, apparently. Hey, Fossa. I fucked up my spine. I twisted a vertebrae in my lower back, so that's most of the cause of my sickness. I feel great. Yeah. It sucks that, you know, it gets to that point. But Mum suspected that it might have something to do with my spine. Or something to do with, you know, the way I was sitting and all that. So, yeah. Got my back cracked. I was crispy. Snap, crackle, pop. And I have like 2 more sessions the next 2 coming Thursdays. So it shouldn't really inhibit streams, but you know, I need to get my back corrected because I'm screwed. I fucked myself over somehow. Yeah. Well, that's about the most interesting thing that's happened. Other than the fact we did Secret Santa at college. But, eh. We got this to do. So, I checked with my mum. Lunch should be around 1, so we probably have around 2 hours. Hang on. There we go! There's the music! Fuck yes! Oh, I've missed this game. Right. Rise from the Ashes. Wish me luck, guys. This fucking sucks. This trial is the longest of the first game. Just... ugh. It kinda sucks. It does kinda suck. Am I ready to load? I don't think I am. I don't think I'm ready for any of this. Let's get this open with chat, shall we? I forgot to charge my tablet once again. I keep telling myself, you need to do something about charging your bloody tablet before you start streaming so that you can see chat. And I always forget. Like, I always forget. I'm really peed off at myself that I keep doing that. Okay. There we go. Twitch chat is open. Right. We are pulling up, cause fuck it, I'm pulling up the thing for this. Alright. Let's go here. Right. Rise from the Ashes. Yes, I am having the fucking, the guide next to me if I get lost. Because, screw it. Two different buildings at the exact same time. By the way, I have some fucked up Jaffa cakes with me. We like just bought a box of misshapen Jaffa cakes. Honestly, I don't care if they're misshapen. They still taste like fucking good Jaffa cakes. Oh. Hang on. Have to swallow. Okay. Let's do this. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. I've had offers, but none I took. That is, until the day that girl showed up. And talk about depressed. February 22nd, 10:02 AM. Brighton Co. Law Offices. Oh, same as always. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work. There you are! Finally! Where have you been? My sister's trial is tomorrow. Who are you? It doesn't matter who I am. It only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney Maya Fey. Or Mia Fey. Sorry. Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? I'm sorry, but Miss Fey is no longer works here. So you are the coffee boy? I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney. Right. Wait! You're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. But you are Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney? Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere. Please, I'm out of time. But, please, you have to help. It's my sister. Maya? Could it be? No, it's not Maya. Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. My name's Emma. Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator. Scientific investigator? Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator. Yes, that's right. Is something wrong? No, it's just, you seem kind of, jumpy. Or maybe just young? Young? I'll be 16 years old this year. Oh, I see. Wait, only 16? I'm set to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. My work is becoming quite well known, at my age no less. So what exactly is your current position then? Well, legally speaking, I guess you'd call me an 11th grader. But I'm ready to do my job, at my age no less. Great, another future professional in training. Wow, you sound enthusiastic. Clearly. So what's this about a case? You said the trial's tomorrow? My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't. So, it's a murder case. I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. You know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact. And there's a witness. Just talk to her. You have to talk to her. Right. I suppose I will. I promised her I'd bring Mia Fey, but that's interesting. How'd she know Mia? So you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up, then? Ooh. Cacturn. That's a cacti Pokemon. I think I know which one that is. That's rare for me. Excuse me? Not a child, I'll have you know. Still, it's good to have a goal, albeit a very unusual one. I believe investigations should be done scientifically. Don't you? Yeah. Sure can't fault her for a lack of enthusiasm. If this case is handled scientifically, I'm sure my sister's name will be cleared. Your sister? I've been doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done. I'm looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. Now, I want to know about Mia. My sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fey person was a few years below her in school. So they went to the same school, huh? She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. Well, I need one. Incidentally, Mia is a woman. Now that you mention it, I guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's. Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close. Well, actually, when she gets like she is now, I kind of hate her. Huh? But she's my only family. Your only family? What about your parents? They died in a car accident when I was little. Oh, I'm sorry. I just noticed the big badge. It's the same one that's on Hobo Phoenix's beanie. He really does just adopt any random child that walks into his door and has a relation to law. Or a law case. God. Looks like it's cleaning day again at the hotel across the way. I hear they're planning a second branch outside the city. Egads. The bellboy was staring at me again. Staring right at me. I am reading my own fucking things, aren't I? Mia's plant, Charlie. I've been taking care of him in Maya's absence. There's a poster of the Steel Samurai on the wall. Maya stuck it up here on the day that she left. I didn't have the heart to take it down. I do sometimes get strange looks from the clients, though. Mia's desk. I sit here even less now than I've stopped taking cases. I ought to at least dust it off once in a while. Yeah, just keep a duster. Difficult looking legal books stand in a formidable row. They mock me. I tried reading one and it made my head hurt. When I closed it, it slipped out of my hand. And then my foot hurt too. Oh god. He just devolved into being a klutz. No one would believe I was defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Yep, same as always. Alright, let's move to the detention center then. February 22nd, detention center. Visitors room. I wonder what's wrong with Emma. She got quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived. Guard, I thought I told you I didn't want visitors. Sorry, ma'am, it's just your sister. No excuses. Or did you not want to raise this year, Understood, ma'am. What was that all about? What's with all this stuttering? Huh? Hi, Lana. Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing? Look, I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow and you still don't have a defense attorney. I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Hey, how did you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. I'm sorry? What exactly is it that you do? My name is Lana. Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district. You're a prosecutor? Two sisters, one a lawyer. Could this be a coincidence? Emma, Lana, I mean they're just like... Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? There's something you should know from the start. Which is, the suspect in this case has confessed to the crime. Huh? Wait, but the suspect is... me. I did it. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st at 5:15 p.m. It's quite specific. It was in the witness's deposition. A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. My, that was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it? The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Just hunted a big old fish with legs. In what? What game are you playing? Monster Hunter. No, that tracks. The prosecutor's office? The prosecutor's office, huh? In your subordinate's car trunk? Classic. I was arrested on the spot. Caught red-handed, as it were. Well, that's just great. In a chest. So, who's the victim? An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective. A detective? Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. By you? death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal. See. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? Uh-oh. What, Mr. Wright? What does it mean? Well, it means the police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They will use any means at their disposal to do so. This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. Believe me, mate, it is far longer than you think. And I'm gonna be even more tired than you at the end of this. So, you're the chief prosecutor. That is correct. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by prosecutors in this district. To make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell. It's an awfully large nutshell. Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright. Huh? In fact, it seems impossible you wouldn't. Lana? What happened to your hand? Oh, this? I cut myself by accident, when I stabbed him, that is. Huh? I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in the class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her? Emma told you that too, didn't she? Well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from his office. Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia. Hey! It was in law school, and I was in my third year, and she was auditing the class. She was different than the other students. Different? She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me. Excuse me? Intellectually attracted.
They're lesbians.
Lana was top of her class in school. I was the best there was. Oh. I'm doing pretty good in school too, by the way. Sounds a bit different when Emma says it. Well, Mr. Wright? Excuse me? As you can plainly see, I am admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say there's no way you can take this case. None. But Lana! Why? Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself. Sorry. The lesbians, Harold. Sorry, had to go. Where we are seeing Lana. She's quite pretty. She does not die. So, Ciel, if you want to attach to a attractive woman, she's the one to do so. I didn't read the thing before that. Shit. Do we have a... Do we? We don't. Shit. What profiles do we have? We gave our house for a film shooting, so today they're shooting their film. Oh, cool. A gifted prosecutor and a ruthless man who will do anything to get a guilty verdict. Yeah, I know that. So I have to be there when needed, Elmio. Yeah, I get that. Detective at the local precinct in charge of the initial investigation. High school junior and self-styled scientific investigator. Client, sister of Lana Sky. The defendant and chief prosecutor for the district, wounded on her right hand. So how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana. Look at her. She is pretty. She is very pretty. Although I am respectfully wondering if she actually has a shirt on under that coat. Because from the angle, it does not look like it. Where'd the broadcast end? Huh? What? What do you mean? it cut out. What the hell? Yo, what the fuck? Okay. Be a bitch then. The fuck, man? This isn't the first time you've done this either. Ugh. It cut out the stream via Twitch. It's still recording, happily. And nothing else is an issue. But, the stream cut out. And then restarted again. So, a fun. Hopefully it doesn't do that again. Mr. Wright? Yes? I said that very femininely. Twitch being perfectly useless, I feel that. Yeah. I believe our discussion here is ended. The rest, I leave to you. Just a ding! Great. You mean you're requesting my services as your defense? Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed after all. The case is over. So yeah, I have to go whenever they need stuff. Right. Got it. Don't worry, I'll still be here. Right, I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. A wild, unidentified ghost appears. Hang on. Hang on. I'm gonna try. I'm fucking. I want that. There we go. Finally reconnected on your end? Cool. I want that fucking unidentified ghost as well. I want Ghosty Boy. I like ghost Pokemon. I feel bad for them, but I like them. I can't feel bad for Drifloon. That motherfucker steals children. It's in his Pokedex. In the Pokedex for Drifloon, it genuinely says it steals children, so I can't sympathize with that. I'm not a child stealer. Oh, there we go. No, that's... It's repeating my voice back. Alright. Lana has confessed to the crime, yes, but something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. I don't know, it kind of looks like a picture to me. There's something else going on here, and I'm gonna find out what. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Huh? About what? My sister. She's not always like that, you know. I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again. She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everybody liked her. I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. What happened to her? I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she... well, maybe not. Sounds like there's something that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking at the prosecutor's office, shall we? Okay. Alright. Let's go see that parking lot. So, this is the lot where it all happened. Unidentified ghost has been caught. Hey, I did get it. Nice. It's still unidentified though. CRBB, can you find out what it is? Do you know what unidentified ghosty boy we got? Hang on. There's a thing with trying to eat while having a visual novel kind of game. Take a bite, and there's dialogue. Looks like they're still investigating. Funny that my first visit to the prosecution's office should be like this. Hey everyone, keep up the good work. Hey, what are you thinking? They're going to be my co-workers 3 years from now, after all. No harm in saying hello. Actually, there is. You know attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes. I'm trying not to stand out too much here. See? Hey there. You expecting to go unnoticed here, partner? Partner? Scale. I introduce you to Illinois. What do we have here? Looks like a Bambina got loose from the ranch and is up to no good. So it's gonna learn to keep them doggies tied down, partner. Mr. Marshall! Marshall? Looks more like a sheriff to me. This game is just full of jokes. Looky here, Bambina. I know how you feel. I believe it was my Tiina. Oh! But this is my gang's gold strike, see? Strike? This is our claim, our territory, with a motherload of evidence. If you're fixing to mess with what's ours, you'll regret it, partner. You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream? You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream? You want to? What's this guy talking about? Yeah, what is he talking about? I'm with you, Phoenix. Also, Illinois? Yeah, look at him! He got the stole, the long black hair, the hat. And listen to that music. That's it, he's got his own theme tune. Ugh. You head along home now. Happy trails, Bambina. Was that, hombre a friend of yours? Kind of, sort of, yeah. He's a detective. Who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West, it seems. What's this? A wallet? Excuse me, officer. Wait, what are you doing, Mr. Wright? What am I doing? I just found this wallet, so I'm handing it over to the police. I don't believe it. This is real basic. Anything in a crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket. How is that scientific? Sounds like theft to me. A foldable wallet found at the crime scene. There seems to be something inside. I'll call to my duty already, and at my tender age. Here, I'll teach you the trick to examining evidence in detail, okay? By the way her eyes are sparkling, I can tell she's been waiting for this. Okay. Now, look at the court record. Cool. This is where the 3D shit comes in. And it's so funky to try and spin this shit around. You have to be sure to examine evidence carefully on all sides. Now, let's start examining from every angle. It's so bizarre to be trying to do this. Oh look, I think there might be a clue here. What, the latch? Illinois isn't cool enough for his own theme song. Oh yeah. He is cool enough to have his own whip crack when he appears on screen though. We know that. This is an ID card. Sergeant Bruce Goodman. See? Well, isn't scientific investigation useful? I guess, though I don't see what science has to do with it. Now me, I should have a theme. I have blue hair and pronouns. Yeah. You do. You have bright blue hair now. Well, blue and aquamarine. Oh, aquamarine is still blue. It's just a darker blue. Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find. I guess I've got to be on my toes from now on. I will examine the fucking ladder. Because there is a thing for it. Aha! A ladder. That's a step ladder. What's the difference? In scientific terms, please. Scientific, huh? Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright. This all seems so horribly familiar somehow. Yeah. This is where the cars leave the lot. The air on the ground makes it look more like an entrance. What are you talking about? This is plainly an exit. Or maybe it's both. Kind of a dual purpose. Aha! The theory of relativity. Oh, what? I have to write this down. Hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe, you know, was Mr. Relativity German or was he British? Mr. Relativity? Are you sure that was his name? I'm relatively certain. Look! A door! This must mean something. I'm not sure that door means anything. No, it won't open. A mysterious lock. I fail to see what's mysterious about it. Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more. Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? Here, a phone. Let's see if it works. Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching. I can't hear anything. My ears! No, my ears! Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure. What's she babbling about? Hey, what did you just say? See, you can hear just fine. The phone's broken. Slide over, shall we? No, John. Looks like it's filled with water. It's heavy. I can't even budge it. The drum over here is on its side. Wait, I know. I'll hide in here and do a stakeout. I think you'll probably just get arrested. Do you like the new hair? Yeah. Looks good. Although you did say you wanted it to be a darker shade, so, you know, we'll wait and see. Is it hot though? Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. It doesn't matter what color your hair is. You, as a person, are hot. In fact, you may not even have to hide in the drum to get arrested. What? I'm not suspicious. Yes, you are. You have pink goggles on your head. Well, no time to waste. Let's get hunting for clues. I wonder what this is. Well, partner, looks like you got no intention of going home quietly. Okay. The sheriff. Like I said before, here's our claim. You best be moseying along, unless you're fixing to bite the bullet. Gah, scary. Could you tell us one thing? Who owns that car? Well, the little filly's got a good nose on her. You want to know who rides that red Mustang with a body in her saddle, huh? Please? No problem, partner. About time for vittles anyway. Get yourself to the saloon up on the 12th floor of the prosecutor's office. Might just find you a Cerveza you like. Prosecutor's office? Where does this guy think he is? And when, for that matter? Note to self. Look up Biddle's Saloon Cerveza. Maybe we should check out room 1202, the High Prosecutor's office. In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you'd like, just keep your paws off our claim. Right, great. Great, maybe there are some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out. Excuse me? Aren't you two all set? Us? Babe. Babe, look at the lady. Look at the lady. Look at her. Trying to decide whether to keep it like this for a bit or re-dye it a darker blue immediately. What's this? She couldn't be. You're selling lunches? Here? This is a crime scene. Hello? Half and half, wasn't it? Oh, thanks. And you, sir? Yes? Some crunchy goodness coming at you. Thanks. Interesting way of doing business. This area is off limits to anyone without clearance, especially passers-by. Or are you officers? No, but you don't exactly look like the type to have clearance. Well, that's hardly a way to greet someone, even if my days with the cuff-up queen are over. Cuff-up, huh? You know, I'm feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on lunch. I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images are burned into my eyes, you might say. Yes, all the sordid secrets. Secrets? Dear me, you are a slow one, aren't you? I'm referring to the murder. The stabbing of that detective. And wait, the thing around her neck looks like, the Octodogs. You know, when you cut the bottom of a, like, mini hot dog into 8 pieces and spread them out. Make them look like an octopus. Octodogs. I'm gonna make those at some point. What? The witness clearly saw me committing the crime. You mean you're the witness my sister was talking about? Please, Cuff-Up Queen, tell us what happened. The name is Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting it. Oh, before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels. She, I don't know, I feel like maybe Kate would suit cosplaying her. Just throwing that out there. Yes, ma'am. Yipes, she means it. I'm not sure if she has heterochromia or if it's supposed to be the lighting. Yeah, this lady was threatening to have people whimpering at her heels. So, you know. Somehow, I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. Just like I know that the daily special on Friday every week is salmon. Destiny. Was yesterday special for some reason? You're a defense attorney, right? You should know then. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of inequity. Evil ones? Prosecutors. They have no qualms at all about blackening the name of innocence. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil one of all. They gave an award for King of Prosecutors. What a farce. So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors convention yesterday. I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something foul. Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? Or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this, evil? Young miss, mock me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the Cuff-Up Queen. No, she has heterochromia. It has to be that. Because her one eye is really light and one eye is really dark. Ew. The most heinous of all the evil ones, the one they awarded yesterday. It was in his car that they found the body. Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all. Oh, come on, he's not that bad. I know who she's talking about, and he's not that bad. He's okay. He's mean. Don't be mean. Really? Really what? I'm totally confused. One thing is clear, this lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. Mr. Radicate. So what exactly was it that you witnessed, Miss Starr? It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I now feel I know what they say when they talk about a woman's wrath. To see Lana Skye wield that knife so... Her knife flashed in anger, bringing him to a sad end. It was truly a sight to see. You mean you saw the very moment of the crime? The sound of his silvery ties to this world being cruelly cut still rings in my ears. And the rhythmic beat of Lana Skye's knife. Wait a second, you know Lana Skye? Of course. It's quite a feat becoming chief prosecutor. How many lunch buckets of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? She always travels late. Now, why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name? Can we ask you a bit about yourself, Miss Starr? I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and best from the far east. For some reason, the box lunches are a hit here. Why not make the lunches here rather than import them? Did you say something? No. Only true connoisseurs can understand. The kind you can only tell someone who has tried General Tso's trilobite lunch set. Never mind, you win. I don't even want to appreciate part of a trilobite's flavor. Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office. Your boyfriend? I see the security room over there? The glass-walled booth. I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyway, I'd drop in to see him. Since you're here anyway, I'm guessing selling lunches is more important than romance. I mean, to her it might be. So, to scientifically analyze the data available so far, you, Miss Starr, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here. Useful analysis. Not. Did you have a bad experience with the prosecutor, Miss Starr? I sense some hostility. Hostility? Ha! Perhaps. Prosecutors are all alike. The bigger they get, the worse they smell. Kind of like 10-day-old clams in the chowder. I wonder if Miss Starr was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past. That would be a sure case of food poisoning. Scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now you're talking cough up queen. I thought she was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure. Yeah. So this is what the back of the badge looks like. I always thought it had a safety pin. Each badge has a number carved into it. That way you can tell which attorney it belongs to. You mean you couldn't lend your badge to anyone? No, I'd be found out right away. Well, that's no fun. I've watched the anime. Do you, or do you not, lend Edgeworth your fucking badge, you goddamn hypocrite? Does this even have anything on it? Those too fuzzed out for me to read. A name and ID number written here. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, 5842189. Wonder why they only use numbers for IDs. What else would they use? Letters, silly. They're the reason we have a written language in the first place. True. Sergeant Bruce Goodman. Yabba-dab. See? Wouldn't that be better? Yabba-dab. Well, it does have a sudden ring to it. Exactly my point. It doesn't take much to amuse her. No, it does not. Okay. So... hang on. I want to get the phone. I couldn't get the phone. My phone fell. Well, I have nothing else to do here, I can't tell. High Prosecutor's Office. Otherwise known as Edgeworth's office. This is a kind of room that just screams, I can do the job. Quite a change from your office, really. Thanks. Look, look! There's a trophy or something here. Trophy? What, the shield? It takes real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever's office this is, they must be a real stuck-up jerk. Phoenix Wright. You never tire of prying into other people's business, do you? That voice. Miles frickin' Edgeworth. Long time no see, Edgeworth. Huh? Ah! Mr. Edgeworth. You know him from somewhere? Of course. I'm his biggest fan. My sister introduced us once and... Right. His sister is the chief prosecutor, after all. Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk. No, did I? No. It was just Mr. Wright here. Hey, don't blame me. We were just here to investigate a murder case. Murder? The body was found in this nasty bright red sports car in the parking lot. That would be my car. What of it? My guy. I really hate to tell you, buddy. Ooh. Yikes. Ooh. What? Your car? I'll say one thing, she certainly can scream. Wow, this jacket is even lacier than his usual ones. This must be his lucky trial jacket. It's not. Lucky trial jacket, right? I've never seen him wear it. I'm sure there's a story why it's in a frame. Maybe I'll be naughty and take a picture. Just getting way too excited about this. That is actually his old suit. That's the one he used to wear when he was more connected to Von Karma. He went less extravagant as he got older and somewhat distanced himself. Mr. Edgeworth has such a comfy sofa. Sofas like this make me want to curl up and take a nap. I bet he pores over his case files here until the wee hours of the morning. Then he takes off his jacket, rolls up his sleeves, and goes to sleep using his arms as a pillow. I don't believe it. She's actually daydreaming about Edgeworth working. I bet in the morning he has sofa hair and little creases on his cheeks from the seams. He's so cool. Sofa hair is cool? Phoenix, I wonder why you're not swooning over that. I've been wondering, what the heck is this? There's a big K on it. Mumbles, prosecutors. The prosecutors. Huh? What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy. King of Prosecutors? It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So? It's like K. That's... K stands for king? Yeah, you got a problem with that? They didn't design the thing. King of Prosecutors? Kind of like Employee of the Month, only better. King of Prosecutors over trophy added to the court record. So that's the King of Prosecutors shield, huh? Well done, Edgeworth. You must be proud to be the King of Prosecutors. Congratulations, King of Prosecutors. Please, stop saying that. Still doesn't explain one thing. Why's the tip of his shield broken off? Hey, check it out. There's a metal plate here. Looks like the names of all the previous recipients engraved on it. Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Von Karma. I guess he must be a foreigner? Yeah, that's probably it. Well, wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime. When she says it, his name does kind of have a ring to it. Buddy. Is there literally nothing else I can examine on this? Nope. Nothing else to examine. My, what an amazing bouquet. Just right from Mr. Edgeworth. No kidding. There's a card on it. Back from the dead, Wendy. Wendy? I've heard that name somewhere before. And beside it, a giant steel samurai. Wow, I want one. Huh? There's something written on the bottom of his foot. Between a rock and a hard place, Wendy. Wendy, is she Mr. Edgeworth's fiance? I don't think so. Yeah, no. For fucking sure not. A work desk. It's quite tidy as one might expect. What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes. It's polished so well I can see my own reflection. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir? Don't. He'll sue you. I mean, he probably would. Let's angle the mic a bit, shall we? Tea set. Ooh, cute. What a pretty tea set. I'll go more for the instant tea bags myself. Amazing. The drawer below is filled with packets of tea leaves. They're all sorted by place of origin and flavor. Look at this royal blend. What an exquisitely splendid concoction. There's such a thing as taking a hobby too far. Hey, a chessboard. I'm not too up on my chess, but it looks like blue's in a bit of a tight spot. The red knights have surrounded the blue pawn. Huh? Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. And check out that poor pawn. His head is kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Edges surrounding a pawn with spiky hair. Nah, it's nothing. Buddy, it's exactly what you think it is. Whoa, these are all case files? They're all stacked up to the ceiling. There's even a ladder. Odd. I thought Edgeworth wasn't good with heights. I must have someone get them for him. Strange. Why don't I just picture Detective Gumshoe? You must study these reports so closely. He's so cool. You wouldn't say that if you saw him sweating bullets up on that ladder. Is there anything else? Would anyone like some stew? Ooh! The sight. Whoa! What a view! Must be nice to have an office on the 12th floor. I guess you would feel important. Incidentally, were you to jump out of this window, the time till impact with the ground would be... Got it! Approximately 3.23 seconds. That's handy to know. So it would be a very, very long 3 seconds. Well, let's talk. So the body was found in your car? Go ahead, say it right. You think I did it, didn't you? Don't you? After you went through all the trouble to help me last year, no less. Look at that! Look at his shy! Look at that shy face! He's smiling. He's smiling. I never thought I'd see Edgeworth smile, but he does look nice when he smiles. No, we don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Wait, no, she didn't do that. I mean, wait. So you're the chief prosecutor's little sister, then? Yes, sir. Emma Skye. It It's nice to meet you again. Now, that didn't sound forced at all. Now I remember. You've really grown. I'll admit it was a surprise for me, too. To think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprising still, I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt. I can understand. Wait, what did you say? Lana Skye is the chief prosecutor, the top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow. You? Mr. Edgeworth. Fucking lovers in court. Lovers in court. To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors. You've heard the rumors about me, haven't you? How's Edgeworth? It's hard to remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. However, there are still some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident. What? That's crazy. Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life, impossible to stop. But some of them even go so far as to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny. Toys? That bronze shield? There's got to be a story behind that one. Yeah, I have. Is Phoenix on a date with his boyfriend? I mean, they've got a 16-year-old third wheeling them, so probably. I want to go on a date with my boyfriend. Should I go to court in this suit or this suit? This one's got a nicer blue, but this one's got some detail. Illashon. Yeah, yeah. Chief Prosecutor Skye? Yes, we worked together on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case. That's right, I remember. 2 years ago. I wasn't even a lawyer yet. Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken. Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you. Then why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife. What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was the murder weapon? To be specific, it was the knife I keep in the toolbox in the trunk of my car. The murder weapon, usually in Edgeworth's toolbox, traces the victim's blood and no prints. Edgeworth? What? Are you sure you didn't do it? Come on, can't you take a joke? You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright. Yeah, he does. Okay, let's take a look at the knifey. Very obviously the victim's blood. This must be the victim's blood, right? Either that or Mr. Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. What's Mr. Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway? Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild. Edgeworth in the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. Now there's a scary thought. Yeah, it probably would be scary seeing a wild Edgeworth. Miles does not seem like that kind of person. I'm pretty sure that's the only thing I can examine. Okay, well, did it sit to... Okay, I need to present this to Edgeworth. So basically, this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? Lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why's that? I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. The police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works? Yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about. Oh, right. He doesn't seem too concerned about this award, for better or for worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday? Can do, buckaroo. Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transferal. Wiping your hands of all cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. It was an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield? I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves in our precision, Mr. Wright. No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. Parking stub. Record of parking in the prosecutor's office lot. Entered a lot at 5:12 p.m. This is the parking stub from the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15. Ugh. So the murder happened right after you got back? What right? I'd appreciate it if you direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Oh no, this guy. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm Edgeworth. What is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I got your report, sir. Report? What, did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Skye? I don't like the way this conversation's going at all. Skye, sir? No, sir. No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow. Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, but sir! I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particulars of your arrangement time, sir. Give me your name. Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. Right. Officer Meekins, take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month. Oh. But sir, I didn't know. Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains and good luck. Phoenix! Phoenix, my guy, you do not need to roast the poor man. Yikes. Right. Yes, sir? Gah, he caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks. Seems to have finally calmed down at least. Honey, he would be fuming if you weren't there. We all know how Edgeworth feels about you with his unnecessary feelings. Police department entrance. Phew, we're finally here. Why did they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? Beats me. I took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to criminal affairs next door. Hold on, what's that? Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that? Oh wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow. Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me. Sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal, what are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Well, Lacey doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Why not? Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him. What if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well, no, come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa, the chief prosecutor's little sister? Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's a sensitive issue with us these days. Yeah. I can see why. So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean, this time? Then, what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true. We've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. One of the highest ranked people are let into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. Not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the Badger dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall? Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal. Okay. Examine the blue badger. Okay, if you say so, buddy. Let's examine a few things. Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? No idea. Why? Well, I think they're designed after a panda. A panda? Not that I have scientific proof, it's just a theory. Do you mind me asking why you came up with that theory? Or how you came up with that theory? It was when I was on a school trip. I saw a patrol car and it came to me. We had just been at the zoo, see? What about zebras? Or do they not have those at your zoo? A game theory, yeah. The banner here is announcing the crime fighting campaign. No slogan. I wonder if they'd be selling fingerprinting sets. I don't think it's that kind of campaign. One family wouldn't want to set at home. It's good for finding out who snuck into the cookie jar. I think most families can figure that out without the extra help. Maybe. Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And then I said, hey, Hey, you do that, your soup will get cold, buddy. That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. I guess he wasn't saluting, he was wiping tears from his eyes. They make a good pair. Police. I always get excited when I come to a police station. Why is that? It just feels like I've jumped into a movie. Huh? You know, with all the police and criminals. Well, I don't know if this is all that exciting. Sure it is. Look at those two officers over there. They're probably talking about the latest bust. Funny. I thought they were talking about the weather. Yeah, probably. The detectives in there look pretty busy. Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. Somehow, the thought fails to excite me. You're a lawyer, of course it does. I was wondering about that. What, the Dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece. You made this Detective Gumshoe? The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die. Poor Blue Badger. Fated to dance until he drops. A work of art designed by the chief of detectives and created by Detective Gumshoe. Can I talk to you about it? Or do I have to present it to you first? As a detective, I have to keep my mouth shut on that one. I know better than to go blabbing on about things I don't know about. No, I wouldn't want you to either. Good. Oh. We have to present the ID. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Huh? Hey pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that, you have to turn it into the police. People like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. But didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs? Whoa, now I remember! Bruce Goodman! He's the victim! That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? Can he tell us more? So this ID card belonged to the victim. He's a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. God. Forgot how much Ace Attorney makes my throat hurt. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago. Evidence transferal? Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too, but Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is the chief prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot. I'm not as confessing as much. Do I have anything else I need to present to him? Present the trophy! Alright. We will present that. Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Maybe with the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Ah, congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently, he's forgotten. Which doesn't surprise me, it's fucking Gumshoe. He forgets a lot. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award, even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. Is that a thing now? No? Okay. I need to present the knife. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? Why would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I mean, sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened? You have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Now can we talk about it? Hey, there we go. He's in a tough spot again. Again? Well, it all started with the murder of that defense. Okay. Thanks, buddy. I was in the middle of a sentence there. Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond. But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're all practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups, so I naturally people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor's position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? You met the guy who is... what was his name? The guy in the parking lot? That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall? Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Ooh! Now's better to investigate the crime scene. I haven't played this since August, so most of this has left my fucking brain. So I can't just spam through this. I probably only remember like the last tiny bit of it. Jesus Christ. Whew. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Ow. My watch just pinched a hair out my arm. Ow. It doesn't do that very often, but it definitely hurts when it does. Ugh. Just act like you're supposed to be there, and nobody will look at you twice, pal. Thanks. I appreciate it. My earplug came out, so now I can't hear you. Hang on. Ugh. Well. Hang on, I need to clean them. Gross. Ugh. Okay. I think that's good for now. Just do one more swipe round. There we go. 1 hour hydrate alarm. I've been hydrating throughout this whole thing so far. I have to, my throat hurts. I think we need to then move to the parking lot. Okay. Yep. We have to move to the parking lot. Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, it looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, still here? Ah, hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too. What happened to the security guard? She's got more than one boyfriend. Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right in the spittoon. A letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. Maybe investigate? Gumshoe. Ah, that old cow dog. Holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Of course, it should say letter of introduction. It says invitation. Ah, I think you just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? Don't worry, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. Guess I better let you in then. I love how they're like subtly insulting Gumshoe. Like, ah yes. A blood test would confirm it less than a spelling mistake. Charming. God damn it. It fell out of my ear. Krokorok. That's a funky alligator on two legs, right? Like the darkly coloured croc on two legs. Pretty sure it's that one. Stop fricking with me, buddy. There we go. Finally. Right. Back to this. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me. Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Blake the Settler, strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. Note to self. Police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say I won't be needing this anymore. Crumpled and discarded. Why would you crumple it? Bruh. Okay. We need to talk to him. Alright, can do. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, well. Aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. A smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stab to the chest. Fine piece of work. Here's the autopsy report. Death due to loss of blood. One knife wound. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Within an hour and a half. So he could have died prior to that. Because that's an extremely vague and large amount of time to kill somebody. Within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. So it's after 4, an hour and a half. Hang on. No, 5:15. That's an hour and 15 minutes. Still, it's a big amount of time. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back, so there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the chief prosecutor. My sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to this parking lot? So it seems. Like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. You use a lot of similes. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective? You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoe detectives till you 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now. So how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambino? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but a sad old cowdog who can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth? That cowdog's been kicked out of his cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just, he don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation? Buddy. Honey. You poor boy. Now we can get the phone, right? This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest this belongs to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Yeah, let's check it out. Right, let's check it out. Oh, I'm not even doing that. I'm not even moving it over. Man, what a boring strap. What's wrong with that? Everyone has different tastes, you know. Here, check out mine. It's a pink princess strap. He's hard to come by, you know. I see the series is as popular as ever with the kids. Phoenix, do not say that. You make yourself sound old. Christ. Here we go. Button. This phone's still on the redial screen. Redial? Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all the calls you made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Ooh. Kate is playing Escape Simulator. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you never know with people from your generation. Motherfucker! He is in his early 20s. He is not 46. Whatever. Let's check this phone out. Anything else? Nope. Just gotta press the radar button. Thinking my secret's shaking my head. Well. Yeah, it popped up. Now to see who the owner of this phone called last. Note to self. A defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. That's the Steel Samurai theme. Hey, that song, I know that. What's going on over there? Ah, oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that phone there, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? Who's on the ground over there? Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prosecutor Sky. What? It's my sister's? She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds, according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that? Oh, I'm sorry. That was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. The wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Excluding Sev, a lot of people would probably just shoot you for any fucking thing in Texas. Uh-oh, inside of the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Property of Lana Sky. Last called at my 5:18 on the day of the murder. So, Edgeworth parked 3 minutes before the murder, and Lana called someone 3 minutes after the murder occurred. That is an oddly specific short amount of time. This appears to be the car where the body was found. Looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Okay. Quite a luxury car. Screams I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. Might you become a defense attorney? Huh? B block is there. That's where the visitors park. I could see the Lunchland car over there, far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design on the door. You can see a cartoon cow munching down a juicy-looking steak. Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Just don't think about it too deeply and you'll be fine. Yeah, don't think too hard about a cow eating steak. A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block. I dream of the day I will be able to park my car here. I go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. Do you not like your job? Okay, that'll firm sound similar to still summarize. Down in the trunk of Edgeworth's car, you'll discover a note. Oh, I need to examine specifically the boot of the car. Oh, there we go. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. Look, something's written on it. You're right, let's see. 6-7S 12-2/2. There's a name printed on the paper about that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so, what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self, for detective reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Victim's memo found in the car trunk. Okay. Talk to Marshall again. Well, if you say so. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister. That's correct, but there's a goldmine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall! Yeah, Bambina? How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... Is there something between this cop and her sister I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blown through the prosecutor's office. Dry wind or ill wind? Someone's up to something here, but who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranged testimony. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors about Edward to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it It's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets. Some load them with deals. Are you saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. It's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? Jesus. I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So, you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma? Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids. The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Last call made to her sister Emma on the day of the murder. The detective was murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know where everything that went on here. You don't? Ugh. Yeah, to be continued. Like 17 times in a row, I swear to God. Okay. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there's still a lot of gray areas. Oh, Jesus. Ugh. Still annoyed that I know this is gonna be trial former and latter. Like, these are gonna be some long ass trials. Aw, I didn't even see the unidentified ghost. Ugh, okay. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me. No matter what the outcome, I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to the trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. There's one decisive difference between you and her, and that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one's going to bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there, so I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do this, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Not a Fae, but good enough. Court is now in session for the trial of Ms. Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since this trial. I hope the personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The Chief Prosecutor, Lana Skye, has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. As a witness to her crime, a professional witness. Well then, call your first witness. I can English. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. Cough-up queen? Yes, the cough-up queen. Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Oh, caviar. Could you... Thank you, bitch. Oh, caviar. I've never eaten caviar before. Judge is really wolfing it down. And for you, I have a fiesta bowl. Thanks. Would the witness state her name and profession? Ah, and you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everybody raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. God. Stop buzzing, you bitch! Stop buzzing! Okay. Thank you. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession. Now. Me? The name is Angel Starr. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Hurry it up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. As Mr. Edgeworth has stated to the court, I am a professional. What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Starr was a detective? Ah! Aha! I know who you are! Cough up Queen Angel Starr, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Starr. Who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot of the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car at the back of A block in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drag the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot with Edgeworth's car. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright, I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Should I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star. Wait, are they talking about me? Yes, Phoenix. Unfortunately, honey, they are talking about you. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. What do you mean, garish? Red is not a garish color. And the car that Edgeworth drives, that looks fine. It looks like a decent model car. I don't understand why people are insulting it. If the only reason they're insulting it is Edgeworth alone, because the car itself looks fine. At least to me. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointed tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching. As you can see, there is no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. 'Tis but a flesh wound. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. I'll be sure to do that. I will press every statement. How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. Lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, and as you know, my testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well, you may continue, Miss Starr. This boyfriend, he's the detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard. That boyfriend, you have several? Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend.
Polly.
Care to join? Yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with lunches, thanks. Note to self. The judge had to think before replying. Honey, have you looked at Angel Star? No wonder he hesitated. Because she was offering. Man's I would hesitate as well. I'd do the same thing. Like, I'd say I'd stick to the lunches. But, like, the offer was up. The offer was up there. The security guard room is in the lot in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That'd be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. So you sensed something. So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? It felt like, how would you say? Oh yes, it was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I have no idea what that means. Same, buddy. Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective? I upgraded my stabbies. Ooh! Ooh, lunch is almost ready, and we're having nachos! Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. Pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn. That has to be hard, yellowed, and sharp as a tack. yet with the odor of an old cheese to match. Akatao blades, almost maxed out. Oh, nice! I love when you, like, you're so close to, like, maxing out, really fucking good weaponry in games. Cause, like, you're like, I'm almost there, I'm almost there. The shit's gonna be banging when it's maxed out. Just need one rare drop to finish it. Oh, cool! I wish you luck in finding that rare drop. In any case, there in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. By garish car, you mean Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth's. Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it? Indeed it was. An odd case this is. The person you saw, you are sure it was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. She's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness. In your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You must want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. That was inspiring. But I haven't heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism? I may be relegated to the lily poster lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. A photograph. You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Oh, that is unmistakably Lana Sky. So, what was the defendant doing at the time? Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all. Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are, by nature, well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. I said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that. Aww. Right. I just got word that lunch is ready. So I will leave you with this, interesting music for now. I will save the game just for, safety purposes. But I am going to switch to my BRB screen, and I will see y'all in about 15-20 minutes. Laters. I'm back. I've had my food. I now have a hot honey and lemon with me as well. So that's gonna be cooling for a bit. Cause it's like piping hot, so. Right, let's get back to this, shall we? Okay, what do I need to do? Because I've pressed all of her statements. Heading off, have a good stream. Okay, see you around, mate. The crime photo will be added to your court record. Okay, yeah, that was added to the court record. Floor plans, crime photo? Okay, yeah. Present it on the 5th or 6th statement. Oh god, I'm gonna have to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Tab. And then present it. And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife. As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? Why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Ahem. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright. Okay. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? It's a black and white photograph. Ah, yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you just gonna sit there and take that kind of abuse? Ugh, you got a better idea? Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it. If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculated, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder, a serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. And it says the knife, which makes sense because it was in Edgeworth's car. Like, did she know it was in the car, or was she just hoping there was something in there? Witness, do you know what this is? You trying to test me? I sell boxed lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? A bloody murder weapon? I'm your prosecutor. What? I'm sorry, I didn't read that last thing. What was that about prosecutors? The defense has a request. We ask the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Sky planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, Why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Ugh. I don't have a spoon in here, do I? I'm so scared to try and sip it because it's really hot. I don't have like a shot glass kind of thing in here, do I? No. I'm just gonna have to let it cool. Order! 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 Great, now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. The sister's as good as free. No? Brother, this is the first half of the trial. Of 3 days. The last of which has 3 parts to the trial. There's former ladder and ladder 2. I hate this. I love this game, but I also hate it. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. I know it was such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah! The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution needs to prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. Suppose you think you're clever now? But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw and not what you thought. God damn it. Every single time I do a stream with these fucking earphones, I always fiddle with the one I don't have in my ear, and I always knock the thing onto the bottom of my desk. Okay. How dare you? Our powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now. Angel's deduction. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. Motherfucker, he died from a single stab! I am presenting the fucking autopsy report against that. I don't even need to look at the guide to know that that's what I need to do. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So if I order a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? No, it doesn't. In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. Motherfucker, he killed himself. There. You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my masked surprise. I'm afraid the mask is going under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy reports state that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha! You're right! Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk. He's my hero, really. What about my objection? Nobody noticed? No, nobody cares about you, Phoenix, and it's sad. Only the fangirls care about you. The fans. In general. Well, witness? You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood, but now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. I lost track of time. Welcome back from Noms. Only the Fangirls and Edgeworth. Yeah. We can't mistake Edgeworth in this. It's still hot. And tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. Just busy responding to fantasy boys. I saw that. Yeah. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Her red muffler? Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck, so she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. She's right. This guy was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait, isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib. A judge with a bib. That's why this place feels so much like a kindergarten sometimes. And I need to sleep soon. Aww. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, this is our chance. Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off. A short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact. I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax and even a really short wick will burn longer. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. Hang on, I skipped over it. So I need to present the photo to her. Witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim, and you proved it yourself with this photograph. Huh? But that can't be! Only a professional lunch lady would be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. I've been holding down the fucking enter button. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection? Chopped liver? Probably. But it was there, a scarf. No, not that, but something red. Really. Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness, continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. Most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might be the moment of truth. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to the side. Quickly caught her, explaining her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. Hang on. No, wait, hang on. Okay, so she said she was in the security room, right? And Edgeworth's car is behind the partition. So, how did she see shit? And how did she see it from the other side? No, hey, she said she saw it from the security room, but at the same time, B block. Huh? Quite determined about the scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. Wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. Jesus Christ, well then everyone is. Unless you've deliberately been drinking snake poison for the last couple of years. Chief Prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Maybe. So we're in this partition on the floor plans. I'm sure she means this wall next to the car. That's right. There was a wall there about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. What did you do then? You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more details? Yeah? Didn't she say she was in B block? There's a fucking chain link fence. I have to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. Lunchline car was... She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block. So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. There was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing, the coffin queen and lunch lady athlete indeed. Would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence, so she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence is about 9 feet high, too. So Miss Sky not get away? How did Miss Sky not get away? Alright. She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remember exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word? So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't mean... By phone, do you mean this cell phone? Discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately? My memory is... It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see. No, the court does not see Miss Starr. Chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently it was out of order, so she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? Hang on a second. You should, of course, add this to your testimony. I think they're due to police's rookie defense attorney. The word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. Okay. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing. I'm saying this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. She picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain-link fence. And when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this. What is it, Mr. Wright? Right. Right. So on this one, press her for this, for the floor plan stuff. So present the parking lot plans. Miss Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Skye. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do I explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me and I'll make you cough it all up. Ahem. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't have possibly seen Miss Skye making that phone call. Right, that's the bit. Right, yeah. Okay, got it. Give me a second. Yeah, I need to sippy. It's at a temperature where I can like evenly drink it now. I'm getting distracted. Alright. Here we go. Okay. I believe you see what I'm getting at. The emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. Order, order. What is the meaning of this? Honey, I've been drinking this entire time. Every so often, I'm taking a sip of a honey and lemon because my throat hurts. I'm not waterboarding myself for your amusement. Alright, next time you're streaming, I'll hit the drink all the water button. See how you like it, huh? You would waterboard me. Kate and I would be hitting the take a sip button so many times. It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question? That's exactly what lie this witness has told the court. It's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about, you just be lying, so then Edgeworth wants to know she's lying about. Say where she saw it. Where she saw it. If Angel saw Lana use the phone, she must have seen it in a different location. Okay. Your mom. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Starr to lie about it. Pointless to lie, I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Starr witnessed the crime from a different location. Different location. Now that's a pointless lie if ever I heard one. God. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Allow me to ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? Don't put it in the middle of the screen, bruv. It's right here. She was visiting her boyfriend. This is the only place she could have been. The security guard room? Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. Why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime on the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security room, yes? Well, Miss Starr? How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that tables could be turned. Today a man has got the best of Angel Starr. Ayy, suck it, baby. Order, order. Witness, what have you done? You used to be a detective, you should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. Oh. Jesus Christ. My noise. The guilty. Is she talking about Miss Sky? Mr. Wright? Doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands. It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. S. Star witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B Block. It must make a vital difference. But what? What could change? The distance to the crime? Okay. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Skye? Well, witness? You. Yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunch has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. I don't think I've ever had boysenberry. I've had a bunch of different berries, but never that. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. Before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running toward the scene, but the door was locked. I couldn't open it. That's why I had to go through the visitors' parking in B Block. It's quite a detour. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes? In this kind of thing, it's definitely a long period of time. This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. Honey, your finest plastic spork? I'd rather stab you with the spork. You have a point. And spork is a wonderful invention. It is. It is pretty nice. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely! Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Have any evidence to stop this? Do I have any evidence to stop this? Wiki? Raise an objection. Alright, if you say so. "5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You can make pasta in that amount of time, if you like it al dente. Got lunch boxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange? If you were a criminal, what would you do with your 5 minutes on it? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey, don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time it was different. The Skye dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. It has a point. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned, and with that, court is adjourned. Hold it. Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid rails, right? That's the one she tried to foist off on me. Prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of our trick lunch boxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Oh ho! A triple decker! This motherfucker got convinced with lunch boxes. What a shit ass judge. Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. While he eats the lunch. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? Probably food. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. Now to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was of course the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. Yeah, I guess. What? There was blood found on that shoe? Why didn't she take her shoe off? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. No thanks. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed. Didn't I mention I have 3 boyfriends in forensics? In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. Yo, don't mind me lurking, currently doing stuff and needing background noise. Yeah, that's cool, man. You could just chill and listen along. I have to have honey and lemon because I'm doing all the dialogue work and my throat's hurting. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, the shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. That's so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Haha. Suck it. Oh my god. I didn't notice that his pupils were shaking. Holy shit. That's some detail. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence. Well, really. The prosecution's complaint... The prosecution... I swear I can English. I swear down. I swear I can English. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. White enamel shoe. It's made out of enamel? What? Bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Skye. Hang the fuck on. I want to check this shit. Ah! There's blood here too! On the sole of the shoe? It's got to be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. All this blood. It's horrible. This blood might be an important clue. Yeah. There's also the blood here. It's blood. It's my sister's, right? It appears so. Anna's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. Poor sis. Yeah, I know. You worry about your sister. That's fair enough. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Okay. Oof, Jesus. Why'd you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results. The results? How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. Then why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This is when the suspect is admitting she did it. But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Is it? I mean, let's be honest. She's testifying for the murder of a detective. I'd say that's pretty despicable. Let's just get this over with. And you found this shoe at the scene of the crime. I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe. I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe is my secret weapon if that should happen. See this vegetable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. Okay. M. M for what? Motherfucker. Oh. How have I never been sitting here? This is gonna take like 3 or 4 streams, I swear down. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of a crime. Now tell us what you did next. So you brought it to the forensics department? If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, the man was stabbed after all. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman? As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie? Huh. Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. What? That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there, which means we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just 1 person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, we would have gotten DNA test results, but they said there were very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana Skies. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was gonna say that. Yeah. Can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You order the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, she's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with the shoe? Problem? It's critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? Yeah, there's a problem with the shoe. He stepped on blood. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. A gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a pepperfish gut now, but you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. That's the underside of the shoe, isn't it? Rotate it so you can see the bottom. Yeah. I wonder if you noticed there's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie, or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense the victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of his shoe? Crime photo? It says crime photo in bold, so I'm assuming it says crime photo. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about the shoe. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order, order, order! Well, witness? What? Huh? Good going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. Then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? The oil drum. Full of water. I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There's one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Yeah, there we go. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that, I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edward. Apparently, you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness, well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? Well, usually, it would mean that there was an oil drum that was filled to its brim with water. Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Aha! You don't mean, yes. The suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the blood stains that would become evidence against her. That ties things up quite nicely. Bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Mrs. Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she'd cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister got blood on the shoe? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please. What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. But enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. But Angel Starr is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water. Court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, Hold it. Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you had your fill, but maybe here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Wait, witness, don't tell me I was something else. Time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this. Photograph? Hang on. Is it added to the court evidence? Not yet. I want to take a look at that photo. I hide it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait, look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning, and since this is what your sister wanted anyway. Hang on. I'm sorry, Mia. Right. Wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Playing Splatoon, so I'm not speaking the most. No, it's chill, man. I'm pretty good at the moment. Had to go to the chiropractor earlier and found out I've actually twisted a vertebrae in my back. So I gotta have a couple sessions to get it back in place. Because I'm stupid like a bit. Trust me to have all the medical issues the older I get. I didn't have them as a kid. And now I'm just left, right, and center. Something's wrong with me. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. Okay. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. There we go. Done, 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 done. Yes, chill. Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can't wait. Is the reverse for you? I wish it were the case for me. I wish I had all the issues when I was younger and I'm fine now. But no, I've twisted a vertebrae in my back, which could be the cause of me being nauseous a lot of the time. And my acid reflux. Apparently. I was allergic to pretty much everything, now it's only 2 pages. Huh. I mean, I had like an allergy test a while ago, but I don't have any like proper allergies, it's all intolerances and shit. For some reason, I have a intolerance to hamsters. Wasn't aware of that before. That was definitely a weird one to see. No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph, the one last submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, right, are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? I'm still allergic to grass, though. Oh, dude, I have hay fever. I'm not allergic to it, I have hay fever. And it sucks ass. I didn't find, like, the right medication last time I had it. Like, I'm past the hay fever season for me. But, like, obviously there are different kinds of hay fever medication. And I didn't find mine till, like, a little while ago. So, you know. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. I want to say this. The problem is This photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, you just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photo. A muffler is also a part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe. I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sorry, Miss Starr. It's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth of the muffler is related to this case. Lana's cell phone? Why do we have to present her cell phone? I'll find out in a second. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler? Ugh. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Alright. Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I found myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. Phew, that was close. But we made it, at least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime, after all. He's still hungry? This is the judge we're talking about. There we go. Double save, because my dumbass didn't register for some reason. Right. Ugh. My throat is seriously starting to hurt. So I think it's time I called it. Ow. And I've also got to rest. Doc's orders. Ugh. Ow. But, yeah. So, we are on to, the third part of this insanely, and I mean insanely, long trial. Rise from the Ashes is gonna take so long, man. It's gonna take so long. Ugh. Probably gonna spend the whole of November just going through this trial alone. This sucks, but I do love this game though. It's definitely something I love dearly. Even though I haven't played it since August. But I guess that's just me doing pathological demand avoidance again. Always do that. Anyway, we will be on to day 2 trial latter. And we will find out how much we need to continue with. So we have first day investigation, informer and latter, then second day investigation, then trial, former, and latter. Then it's... And let me take a look. How much of these parts have we got? And then we've got the third day investigation, and then the trial, former, latter, and latter 2. So we have to split the final trial into 3 parts. Like, Jesus Christ, man. That's a long-ass trial. But, then again, it's a whole third longer than the rest of them. The first turnabout is a single trial. Then Turnabout Sisters is investigation, trial. Then Turnabout Samurai and Turnabout Goodbye has 3 days and 3 trials. And then Rise from the Ashes is like double that. Hey, court cases aren't always short. Yeah, I know. Rise from the Ashes is just the longest in the first game because it's got an extra 4 sections to it. Because the main bulk of them are around like 6 parts. So we had 3 days of investigation, 3 days of trial. However, from Rise from the Ashes, they split the trials into former and latter, and on the final one we have another latter on top of that. So it's an extra 4 parts. And my poor voice. I'm gonna have a sore throat every Saturday of November. I remember to make myself a honey and lemon. Otherwise, I'm gonna be rasping like it's nobody's business. Yeah. Back into Ace Attorney. Oh, man, stretching. Oh, ow. Oh. But it's good to be back into things. I was a little late today, and then stuff went funky at the start of the stream where it cut out. But hey, you know. Ooh, right, yes. Stream diary. Let's make sure we write down where we got to. So we are on day 2 trial letter. Okay. So we got Angel Star with 2 R's. I don't know if this is going to mean anything to me in a week, but, you know, I wrote it anyway. It'll probably mean something. Vaguely. But yeah, there we go. I love this game. The second one, which I'm in with my personal playthrough, definitely has some interesting things to it. I still need to go through that. Make sure I actually play through. I haven't done that in a while. I feel really bad because I love this series so much, but you know, I haven't played it in a while. And then I played Ooblets when it came out on the 5th of October for like a few days straight. I completed the whole storyline in a few days straight. In less than 48 hours, I completed the storyline. Well, 48 hours of gameplay. I move things pretty fast for that game. Meh. I'm not sure if I could play it on stream just because of how much strain it puts on my laptop. But, you know, I'm hoping maybe one day I'll be able to play it with you guys. I hope to play a lot of the games I have in my Steam library with you guys, because it's, there are a fair few games I'd love to share with you guys that I really, you know, enjoy. But because of the parameters of my laptop, it's not designed for gaming and streaming and all that. And I don't want to fry the motherboard because I want to show you a game I like. Can't play Ark because it's too big for my laptop. Yeah, I have a few games like that. Like, I have Alice Madness Returns, and I really want to play that on stream with people, at some point. Just because I watched Gab Smulders play through the game, and I really loved it. I want to play it for people just because I love it so much. It's a dark, demented wonderland being destroyed by a train of trauma. And it's like, I really want to share that with people. It's like 24 gigabytes. Oh, oof, yeah. Big ass games on a small laptop. It's, you kind of have to salute the games. Just because, you know, you can't play them on the laptop, but you really, really want to. It's like, they're such good games. But I'd kill my laptop if I did. You know. Bit of dreams. Bit of dreams. Anyway. That's all for today. I hope you all have a good day, week, month, and I will see you all in the next stream. Bye!